Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, testing. There he goes. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Those present and those online, welcome. Thank you for joining us in the spirit of perfect harmony. We are the Center for Spiritual Living West Georgia. We study and practice the philosophy and the science of the mind we know as God, according to Ernest Holmes. And with our spiritual presence and our participation in our service this morning, we actually create a higher state of consciousness, rise above all of that negative energy we may have experienced this past week, and manifest love. We know love is synonymous to God, the most powerful yet most gentle force in the universe. Without further ado, we will go into meditation. Well, I will proceed with Nelta Scara taking over. Nelta?
Thank you, Mike. Good morning. It's so good to see everybody. Okay, if you would join with me as you close your eyes. And just take in some deep cleansing breaths. Letting go of all the worries. Feel yourself just relax and let go and allow. I want you to visualize a beautiful silver crystalline waterfall. It sparkles, it shines. It's very beautiful. See this beautiful crystalline waterfall enter through the crown chakra at the top of your head. And just allow the healing energy to flow. And we're going to have it move down through the chakras in the body. As it moves down through the chakra, the flow of energy will expand out into all of the cells in your body. It moves down through the third eye chakra, sending healing energy throughout the head area to every cell in that area. And it moves down to the throat chakra, sending out healing energy to every cell in the throat chakra area. You can feel the energy. It is beautiful and peaceful. And you know it's healing as it moves down through the body. Now it's moving down to the heart chakra and sending healing energy to all of the cells in that part of the body. The healing energy is moving down to the solar plex chakra, sending out healing energy to all of the cells in that area of the body. The healing flow of energy is moving down to the sacral chakra, sending out healing energy to all of the cells in that area of your body. Now the healing energy is moving down to the root chakra, and it's sending out healing energy to all of the cells in that part of the body. You can feel the healing energy moving through all of the cells in the body. It's beautiful and peaceful and has great power. It heals everywhere it touches. It's moving throughout all of the cells in the body. The body has all of the energy that it needs to remain in balance and in harmony. Any excess energy that is not needed by the body to function in complete balance and harmony is passed out through the legs and feet. It passes out to the world as excess energy that anyone can use. Now the body is in complete balance and harmony. I have a good body. I have a strong body. I have a healthy body. And my body is functioning in complete balance and harmony. Functioning absolutely perfectly. This is the way it is and the way that it shall be. And if you would, find yourself integrated back into your body, into this room, feeling wonderful. And so it is.
Let us continue now in the space that's been created for us. And take a breath. Breathe in the love of God. And just know that there's a power and a presence in the universe greater than you are, greater than I am. And we can use it. This power, this presence, is the infinite God Almighty, the Spirit that indwells everything. And so I know right now that this loving Spirit is cruising through every part of our body. It is healing, bringing harmony, bringing health, and bringing right action in our body and through our lives. And I know that this power and this presence is the creator of everything. That means that we are also part of that creation. And because God made us in his image and likeness, because all that God is, we are, and all that we are, God is, the truth is our truth. And that truth is we are perfect love, perfect health, perfect peace, perfect joy, perfect right action, and a complete abundance of God's good is ours now, manifesting. So as I speak these words into the creative medium, God's law, God's creative principle, I know that they cannot return void. So right now, God's love is flowing through us. Everybody and everything we see is God's love, and that love returns to us so that we can give it and multiply it to everyone that we meet and see. God is perfect health. So that our temple is functioning just the way God created it to be. Every aspect is whole and complete and operating in divine right action. God is perfect wealth. Therefore, all our needs are met. Everything and anything that we need, God has already provided for us. And so I know this right action is guiding and guarding us on our way for our highest and best good. And because I spoke these words into the creative medium, the law of manifestation, it is so right now. We are love. We are peace. We are joy. We are perfect health. And the abundance of all God's good is manifesting in us right now. I know it. I believe it. I see it. I accept it. And I allow it to be right now. And all is well. And join with me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful start to our Sunday, isn't it? Beautiful. This morning, I'm going to be doing our vision and mission statement, and I'd love for you all to stand as we read together. CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. I believe there is one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now, and I rejoice in it. Thank you all. And I'd like to welcome our reader today. This is Miss Charlize. Charlize, who's hopefully all of you know, has been the creative power behind our logo on the wall and our fabulous sign that invites everybody in. So please join me in welcoming Miss Charlize Lowe.
Good morning, good morning. Well, I wasn't nervous all week when I was practicing. I was like, okay, when I get up there, I'm not going to be nervous. And I'm not really nervous, but I'm a little edgy, so bear with me. I am delighted to have been asked to do the reading today. And so the reading is going to come from the Guide for Spiritual Living, Science of Mind. And it starts as such. To be holy is to be natural, to befriend the worlds that come to balance in you. John D. Donahue, Annam Cara, A Book of Celtic Wisdom. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. Ernest Holmes, The Declaration of Principles. A focus of our teachings is that the law is impersonal, that there's nothing in spirit that will give to us or withhold from us based on personality. I have struggled with that word, impersonal, over the years. My relationship with the divine feels very personal. I feel loved and supported by life itself in ways that are unique to me. Early in my studies, I would share my struggle with the word impersonal with a seasoned science of mind teacher. He questioned me a bit, testing, I think in retrospect, to see if I was holding on to some old embedded theology of a punishing and rewarding deity. He offered a substitute. Try using the word impartial and see how that feels. It made a big difference for me. I know many friends and colleagues who love the word impersonal, and I bless them for it. And it sort of proves my point here. We are each unique. Divine principle is immutable with our language, and conceptualization can be flexible. We can work with wording and phrasing that resonates with our own sensibility and understanding. This part of the richness of having a teaching that is not steeped in doctrine and dogma. You are free. Free to experience and play with spiritual teachings and practice. Free to find your fit. Free to modify and adapt. Spirit is infinite and abundant and is available to be experienced in a way that is personal to you. The affirmation. I celebrate my unique nature. I have no need to conform my being to accommodate reality. I step boldly into the world as I am into the places that fit and resonate with me in joy and ease. And so it is.
All right, good morning, everybody. We have a Ricky Byers song for you this morning. You can all sing along with us.
Yes.
trees sings a melody true. Love everybody, let the love shine through. Care, 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 care for each other. Care, care, care when everyone's in need. Care, our caring will change the world. Find me here, singing with you, heart wide open for what we came to do. Wind in the trees sings a melody true. Love everybody, let the love shine through. Love now. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love when it's hard to love, love. Our loving will change the world. Our sharing will change the world. Our singing will change the world. Our caring will change the world. Our loving will change the world. So it is. Thank you.
I thought there was going to be another song. Oh well. We'll get more later. Okay, that sounds good. Thank you for that reading this morning. That was wonderful. Thank you for your music. It's always wonderful. And thank you for that welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a good day, yes? Good. Come on. I set this thing down and it has a mind of its own. One day, my former wife asked me, she said, "Is it true that money talks?" And I said, "That's what they say." And so she said, "Leave some money on the counter when you leave because I'm going to the mall and I want to talk a lot." I'm going to start with a quick review of the last 2 weeks, short. God is all there is. It is in and through all things. It is everything. It is that. It is that. It is that. It is that. It is all of this. Every single thing is God. There's not a spot that God is not. We talked about revelation, that revelation is always personal, never universal. And that revelation is always and in all ways God's attempt to reach humanity. Now that word attempt, I'll be going over some key words because you can have long string-on sentences and it's all really good, but there's always one really key word in it, and that is God's attempt. Because it's there, but it has to go a little farther than that. We have to accept and be open to it. So that's why the word attempt is used, because it's there, and either we take it or we go, So therefore, God is a personal relationship, and our revelation is with and through God, the thing itself. And therefore, God can only be for us and through us by our relationship with God, which is the thing itself. Jesus told us that it is the Father in me that doeth the work, and in of myself I can do nothing. If we didn't have God in our life, we would just be a clump of whatever, clay or whatever it is. But the elements of the universe, God created the universe. It is a uni, one universe. There's not something else, not before it, not after it. It's one universe. And everything in it is God. So we have to accept and we have to allow that all that good that God has created to flow through us. Because you see, I am, you are, God made manifest in form. God didn't just give us a little piece. Okay, here's your piece, there's your piece, this is piece over here. God gave us everything, and it was his good pleasure to give us everything. So we have to do our job and open up and accept it and then allow it to be. So we have to go one more step. We say, okay, I accept that God is my source. I accept that everything is God. So therefore, I am God in form. What God is, I am, and what I am, God is. But what are you going to do with it? Put it in your pocket and say, okay, thank you? No. We have to accept it. And we have to move with it because we are in that, and all that is in us. But we have to allow. Because like Jesus said, in myself I can do nothing. It's God that doeth the work. So there's a universal mind, spirit, intelligence that is the origin of everything. It's first cause. It's God. This universal life and energy finds an outlet through us and through all its creations. The key word here again is attempts. We talked about it already. And he attempts to give it to us. He hands it to us on a platter. And we got to make a choice. There's this smorgasbord of all this good stuff. And you can say, well, I'll take a little here and a little there. I don't want to be hoggy here. I have enough for everyone else. It's going to be there forever. All of it's going to keep flowing. You use it all up, and it'll be filled right up again. But sometimes, we've been taught, for instance, my family, my mom and dad, grew up during the Depression. And maybe some of you had that also, or at least you had grandparents. And so you can understand what their base reality was. Good is limited. Because through the Depression, they hardly had anything. My dad worked for pennies a day. He told me, he said he worked in a butcher shop. And when meat would kind of turn and get, even get mold on it, he said he would throw it away. Dad would take it home. You wipe it with vinegar, and it wipes all that away, and you have tenderized meat. But he had to do whatever he could do to feed the family. So I heard my whole life, don't waste this, don't waste that. My mom told me, she said, you would give the shirt off of your back. What's wrong with that? If someone else needs it more than I do, why not? Because there's not enough. No, there's plenty for everyone and everything. God's abundance is just waiting to flow. And God wants you to accept it and take it and use it and be it. Because how does God experience himself? Well, before there was form, God was a potential, infinite potential of all and everything. But can you experience potential? No. You can know about it. You can believe in it. But you cannot experience potential. So I've had people ask me in classes, go, why did God create us anyway? And I say, no reason, he's just having fun. God creates because God wants to experience itself. And the only way he can do that is to create you and you and you and this chair and all this stuff. Everything here, everything you can see is God experiencing himself. So it's not, if you're not being all that you can be, God's not getting all the experience that he deserves, or she deserves, or it deserves, whatever you want to call it. Emerson said, "There is no great and there is no small to the soul that created all." Therefore, our beliefs set the limits to our demonstration of a principle which of itself is without limits. There is an abundance of all good waiting for us to accept, and by allowing it to be made manifest. Get it? Good. You're awake. Wonderful. I'm going to ask you to do things. I want to make sure you're awake and I'm not boring you here. So this unlimited abundance that is there for us, what keeps us from experiencing it? One thing. It's the BS in your life. I'm going to say that again. It is the BS in your life that keeps you from experiencing all of it. And this BS is your belief system. And that's BS, really. So, how does that work? And how did we create it? We did by outside influences. If we always stayed center, like the beautiful meditations that we have, we could walk on water and do everything Jesus did. But we let things outside of us distract us. Some examples are family. I just talked about my family and how it was, don't waste food, eat everything on your plate, da-da-da-da-da. So there's a belief of lack and limitation out there. It's in race consciousness, race mind. I talked earlier about this. There's the conscious mind. That is God's mind, that we get our revelations and the truth and grow from. And then there's not a second mind, but it's subconscious mind. It's in the same mind. We have conscious mind, God's mind, and in that we've been able to shove a bunch of stuff into that mind, into the subconscious. And that went right out there. Even from the very beginning of time, there has been thoughts, and those thoughts are all stored in race consciousness. And they're right there for you to pick out. It's a huge Library of Congress, and you can just go to the file, and you can pick anything out you want. You can pick out, I am a good person, and I deserve all that I have. Or I can say, I haven't been a very good person, so I don't deserve anything. I don't know about you, but sometimes I've been, one of my personas was Eeyore. Oh, not much of a donkey for not much of a tail for not much of a donkey. He always saw the worst in everything. That's race consciousness. Now you take Tigger. Tigger, he's happy. He's got everything he wants. Woohoo! He's bouncing around everywhere. That's in race consciousness. School. A lot of influence at school. The kids that liked you and the kids that didn't like you. The media bombards us with negativity over and over and over. Sometimes we've had bad role models. We looked up to somebody that, wasn't a very good person. So that's race mind. And we have the option, the freedom, to pick the fruits of good or the fruits of bad. Here's an example for you about race mind. Have you ever watched a demonstration where people are demonstrating about something? And you see in the beginning, everybody's happy, going, yeah, save the whales, whatever it is. And then some there's a seed. A bad actor comes in and starts getting angry and angry with the people, and they start, pushing and shoving. And next thing you know, this person picks dominoes. This person picks it up, and this person picks it up, and this person picks it up. Next thing you know, we've got a riot, and the police are beating on them with clubs and all kinds of things going on. That was not the intention. In the beginning, it was about sharing love for the animal. In the end, race consciousness took over, and everyone fell right in with it. So we have to be on guard. We have to watch our actions. What do we think? What are we saying? What are we doing? Is it BS? Or is it what God intended for us to be and have and do? Therefore, ignorance of the law excuses no one. From its effects, it excuses no one from its effects. That's no one. No one can live outside of the law, because everything is created through the law, so we are one with that law, the principle of God's creative medium, the law of cause and effect. In other words, I've heard people say, well, if I knew better, I'd do better. That's a true statement. But are you claiming you're going to do better and know better, or is that just an excuse? I know I've got excuses in my life. I don't feel like doing that today. Well, at my age and being retired, I can do that. But sometimes we put things off that we really should be doing. So listen now and listen closely. Better yet, why don't you just close your eyes for a moment? Just relax. Take a breath. Breathe in the love of God. And I want you to listen to me now and listen closely. The past is gone. There is nothing you can do about it now. You cannot change it. It is over and done. But you can change the future now by making different and better decisions, allowing Spirit to guide your life, and don't keep dragging it along. Okay, come on back. Just remember, I know I've done things that I'm not proud of. And I'm sorry I ever did it. I can't change it. So I just move on and not do that again and move into a higher being. But sometimes we just drag our past along with us. Like we go to workshops and seminars, and they tell you how to release this and release that and do this and do that. And so you take all of that baggage and all that stuff from the past and put it right here. And then what happens? As you move along in life, you go, why is that happening? Because you didn't let it go. It's still with you. You got to push it back, let it go. No, you can't change it. And just vow to do better and be better. So let's do this one more time. Take a breath. Breathe in the love of God and repeat after me. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation. I allow all dis-ease and wrong thinking to be washed away. All my needs are met right now, and so it is. All right, let's do that one more time. We'll say it together. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation. I allow all dis-ease and wrong thinking to be washed away. All my needs are met right now, and so it is. Acts 17:28. In him we move and have our being. They're all great affirmations in the Bible, but this is, try to remember that you are God made manifest in form, and that you move and have your being in God. And that is the way it works. Let's see what Ernest Holmes has to tell us today. He said we should approach the study of the science of mind rationally, never expecting to deliver any benefits from it that its principle does not contain. In other words, we can't use the creative process to do harm. Perhaps the simplest way to state the proposition is to say that we are surrounded by a mind or intelligence that knows everything, that the potential knowledge of all things exists in this mind. So there's no limitation. All things exist in the mind. It's just there for us to receive and allow. But what we draw from it, we must draw through the channel of our own minds. And back to Revelation there. It's through our revelations with God we are guided and directed to our highest good. The Spirit can give us only what we can take. It can tell us only what we can understand. The infinite knowingness becomes our wisdom only in such a degree as we embody it. So when he says what we can take, he's talking about embody. And that's the key word in the sentence. I'm going to be picking out key words. Embody. That all of this, that is true and it's good, but the bottom line is it has to be embodied. The universe is personal. It gives alike to all. No one is cut out from God's love. No one is cut out from what God can give and do for us. It's given to all alike. He gives it to all. God doesn't play favors. Think about sports, like football, for instance. Someone catches a touchdown goal, and what does he do immediately? He starts pointing up here. Does that mean that God favors him over the rest of the players? Do you think God likes one team better than the other? That's their belief system. But everyone is treated alike and fairly by God. The intelligence by and through which we perceive that there is a spiritual presence and an infinite mind in the universe constitute our receptivity. Key word, receptivity. And decides its flow through us. So this could reflect back to what I talked about earlier, that race consciousness and all that stuff gets in the way of receiving our good. It's the nature of the universe to give us what we are able to take. There's that word again, key word. We've got to be able to take it. Like I said, are we going to go along here and take this, and take this, and take this? Are we going to be Eeyore? It's unlimited. You can't take more than God wants you to have because he gave you everything. The law of the universe are to be trusted, but we must come to understand them before we can use them. So once we understand this good, this God, the way it works and what it does and how to use it, we then can do the things that Jesus did. Because Jesus was not the great exception. In some philosophies, he's the great exception. We put him on an idol and we ask him for whatever it is we want. But he's not the great exception. He is the great example. He came to teach us. He understood clearly his connection with God and the source. And he came to teach everyone a philosophy. He didn't come to create a religion, say, and all fall down on your knees and pray to me. He came as one of the many and shared what he knew and grokked at his heart. And that's how he demonstrated it. And when we get to the point of belief that Jesus had in the Father that doeth the work, we will create these so-called miracles. But what we see as miracles is only the perfect action of divine law, the creative principle. I think I'm talking too much. We'll get the rest of that some other time. The way it works is we focus on the truth, not the illusion. The screen is really touchy. I don't know where I went, but it wasn't on my talk. Thank you, God, for bringing it back online here. The way it works is we focus on truth, not the illusion, because an illusion is wrong thinking appearing real. Wrong thinking appearing real. An example. Have you ever been driving down the road on a hot day and you looked up ahead and said, oh, there's water up there. You see the water, the illusion of water shimmering? Or on the desert, the guy that's dying for thirst is running after that water he sees in front of him. That's an illusion. An illusion appearing real. When we buy into that, we are there no longer following the truth. So let's close our eyes one more time. Take a breath. Breathe in the love of God. And repeat after me. I cannot change anyone or anything. In the world of effects. I'm going to say that again. I cannot change anyone or anything in the world of effects. I really want you to get that, because the world of effects is full of illusions. Let's do it one more time. I cannot change anyone or anything in the world of effects. We can change the way we see things. We can control the world of cause and effects by the way we see things. We can control what we think and the way we see things that have already been put into motion. Judge not that you might be judged. An example is that driving down the highway and this person cuts you off and you have to hit your brakes and whatever, and well, crazy drivers, why are they doing that? Well, I'm judging them. What if there's an emergency at home and he's trying to get home? What if there's something important he's trying to get done right away and we don't know what that is? I'll tell you a little story. This man was on a plane and he's in the aisle seat right here. And there's the aisle, and then there's a seat over here. These two young kids are running up and back, up and down the aisle, up and down the aisle. And finally he can't take it anymore. And he says to the mother, "Can't you control your children?" And she said, "I'm sorry. Their father died today, and this is the way they're handling it. Her father died today, and this is the way they're handling it." We don't know what people are dealing with, but we see the way they're handling it. It may not be appropriate in our mind, but what we need to do, instead of judging it, send them love. Say, "I know something's important for you doing this." Send them love instead of criticism and anger and road rage. Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see, and by that way we can change our world of effects." Be the change you want to see. When we change the way we look at things, things change. If you're angry about something and you just shower it with love, it changes. It's no longer that confrontive thing, but you're experiencing the love between the two of you. Because what you give out comes back. It cannot not do that. All right, I'll skip down here to the end. I didn't realize I was going to be so long-winded this morning. There is a law that responds to our thinking. A creative presence, the law through which all things are created, God's law, the creative medium, which must respond to that which has been placed in it. No if, ands, or but. You can't go sending out bad thoughts, then come back and say, King's X, no buts, no ands, buts, or if. We can't take it back. We can change it by following up with love, but we can't change what we put out. And that's what it does. Get it? Good. So, science of mind is the process of remembering who and what we are and where we came from, and that we are never alone. I'll repeat that. Science of mind is the process of remembering who and what we are and where we came from, and that we are never alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful message. And here's a song to go along with that theme. It's called I Remember Who I Am. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. Is pure spirit. All right, sing along now. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who you are. It's pure spirit. We are life. We are light. We are love. We are joy. We are peace. We are wisdom and beautiful harmony. We are pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who you are. you are folks that will get out of bed and spring forward in the rainstorm and be here this morning. So thank you all for being here. Thank you. Marcia has a song for us this morning. Yay! That was a beautiful necklace song. Yes, she does.
It is wrapped up good. Good morning. Oh gosh. So as we go ahead and sing the song, I'm saying the we because I'm hoping that you will join me. It is basically affirmation with music of claiming who you are and what you are and all that you are in this world and putting aside any negative thoughts or experiences you've had in the past. Okay, we need to check something real quick. You turn it up a little bit. I was a little girl who never spoke her mind, wouldn't rock the boat, I couldn't cross the line. But every step that I've taken, every pain, every tear, has brought me to the woman who's standing right here. Got so tired of giving myself away, always looking for someone to tell me I was okay. But I got to the place where I could trust my heart. It was the perfect place for a brand new start. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand. Here I stand. Here I stand in my power. My power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand. Here I stand. I am a warrior. I am invincible. I'm as strong as steel, and I am capable. But I'm as soft as a feather, light and free. And the truth that I know, healing begins with me. Come on, sing it with me now. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. My power. I stand. Here I stand. Here I stand. Here I stand. Here I stand. And with all that I've been through, there ain't nothing I can't do. So here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand in my power. Here I stand. Here I stand. So here I stand. Oh, here I stand. Oh, here I stand. And with all that we've been through, there ain't nothing we can't do. Here we stand. Are you standing? Keep standing. Keep telling yourself, here I stand. Here I stand. Thank you.
That's it. Wow. Let's give another hand. Wasn't that great, y'all? Woohoo! Thank you, Reverend Merle, Cynthia, Connie, and Marcia. Yay. Beautiful, beautiful. Who says it's not the sun isn't shining? Woohoo, right? Now we're going to come to our conscious giving part of our service this morning. And as you all know, I've said this many times, money is a spiritual activity. As Dr. Ernest Holmes says in Science of Mind, it's only when we allow the divine current to flow through us, in and out, we really express life. The law of giving and receiving is definite. There are many ways that you may choose to participate with us at this time. The traditional way is to place cash or a check into the envelope. If you would prefer to make an electronic donation, there are two ways that you can participate. One way is to donate with the information, and it's found in the back page of your bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. The second way is to donate through your online Breeze account. If you don't have a Breeze account, please see Ronnie. She will get you all set up. It's very easy and simple to do. Whichever way you participate, we invite you to join us in the following moment in one consciousness for prosperity as the collection plate is circulating. If you've donated electronically, please join us in this physical moment by placing the online giving card in the plate as it circulates. Thank you for your ongoing generous support of our community. Your contributions indeed bless and benefit ever-increasing numbers of people with love and light, and we are grateful for your conscious participation and support. And if you would all read with me. Freely and joyfully I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others as well as myself.
So blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed, I am so
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. Thank you all. Now for the announcements. Today we have a board meeting, so we're going to be busy with our board people, and if people would like to stay and listen in, you're welcome. Next Sunday, listen to this, y'all, plan ahead. Y'all got a notice. I sent something out in an email to everyone, and I will be following up with you. But next week, after service, we're having our town hall, and we have some wonderful news to share with our town hall next week. So please, please plan to be here. We're going to feed everybody, so we want everybody who's going to come bring something tasty. You know us, we love to eat. So we're going to eat and talk and catch up, and any questions you may have about what's going on, please bring them with you, and the board will be here. We'll all be here and be very, very, very grateful to share with you all the wonderful things that have happened in our community in the last few months, and all the good things we have planned ahead. And speaking of planned ahead, we have Nelta here today. At the end of the month, we've got a couple more weeks of things going on, and Nelta is going to be here. Come on up, Nelta. We talked about this the other day. I have to tell you, I had another Reiki session with Nelta, so I asked her then if she'd come up and let you know about the workshop that she's giving at the end of the month. So here she is.
Goodness. Okay, so at the end of the month, I'm going to be having past life regression. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with that. Has anybody ever attended past life regression? Excellent. Did you like it? Excellent. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. And the thing that regression or hypnosis is not, it is not mind control. So I'm not going to make you do anything weird. So it's not like that at all. What I do is I guide you to where you want to go. And it can be in a past life. And if you don't believe in past lives, that's okay. Your mind will take you where you need to go. So whatever is right for you is what you're going to get. And to me, hypnosis can be a little scary anyway, because it was for me when I first had my session. But the thing is to just allow it to take place and just enjoy the process, because you really don't know where you're going to go. And I've had people say, well, I thought I would go someplace else, but whatever is right for you is where you're going to go. So it's just an easy process, and being in a group setting, to me, takes a little bit of the fear out of it. So that's pretty much it. Any questions? When does it start? It'll be from 1 to 3 on the March 26th. And the fee? Oh, the fee is $20. So, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to it, so I hope to see everybody here.
Thank you, Nelda.
Thank you, Lily. Lily's had the experience. How wonderful. I've done it, but I haven't done it with Nelta. So I'm looking forward to this. Her Reiki sessions. I don't want to ever come out of it, I have to tell you. She has to push me off the table. Time to go home, Sandy. So please join us. And let Nelta know if there are any questions beforehand that you might have. Get her aside if you like today and let her know. We have Reverend Merle again next Sunday. He will be finishing up the last of the 4 first chapters in Science of Mind. So please join us for that. And the last Sunday of the month, along with Nelta, we have Diana Johnson back. Do you all remember Diana? She was here with us and spoke, and we were all so moved. I think a lot of us were weeping. I know I was. She is just wonderful. So her wonderful presence will be with us the following Sunday after that. And then in May, we have Nelta back. For Easter Sunday, we have a very special Easter Sunday presentation. Pardon me? April. Did I say May? April. Hey, I've been working on my calendar at home, and I've got May filled in. So, so in April, Easter Sunday, we will have Nelta and Emily will be here, and they're going to do a singing bowl and meditation for us. So it'll be absolutely beautiful. So just to catch you up on a few things that are going on. Now we're going to ask our leader to come up and close out, and at the end of our service today, please join us in a circle, and we'll sing the peace song as we all go home in peace.
Join me in our affirmation. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good goes from us. Only good comes to us. So it is. And go in love.
Let there be peace on earth and